Now I'm thinking, that sucks. That's cheap. And my grandson, a plastic trophy. So I'm looking at this trophy, and he says, and I said, oh, Elijah, that's so cool. He said, yeah, Papa, give it back to me. So I give him the trophy back, and when I go home, I'm driving home that afternoon, and I have this thought. I'm thinking to myself, what a stupid trophy. I mean, at least put some pop metal in it, And then one day I realized something, that the value of the trophy is not in how much it costs to get it, but what it costs to win it. See, the value of a trophy is in the game. And I was thinking about, I don't know how much of you like basketball, but, one of the most valuable trophies in history is the 1997 NBA championship where Jordan is playing the Bulls. Come on, man. The Bulls are playing the Utah Jazz. It's June 11th, and the Bulls are playing the Utah Jazz, and Jordan's sitting on the bench, sick with the flu. Anybody remember that game? And he's sick with the flu, and they're down in the last game of the finals. They're down by 3 points. Jordan has scored 28 points. He keeps running in the game, and they're feeding him intravenously, and then he runs in the game, and he gets sick. They call timeout. Jordan goes to the sidelines, throws up, runs back in the game, and he's doing that all game. In fact, his performance is so amazing in that playoff game that even the opposing team, the Utah Jazz, start rooting for Jordan. They're shouting, Jordan, Jordan, Jordan. There's 28 seconds left in the game, and the Bulls are down by 3 points. And Jordan is sitting on the bench, sicker than a dog, head between his legs, throwing up. They call timeout, and they put Jordan in the game. They take out this intravenous feeding, and they put Jordan in the game. 3 seconds left on the clock. Jordan makes the three-pointer, and they actually are down by 2. He makes the three-pointer, and they win the game. And they go on to win the NBA championship that year. They say that that's the most valuable trophy in NBA history. Now listen, nobody asks how much did the trophy cost? Because the value of the trophy isn't in how much you paid for the trophy, but how much it cost you to win the game. Are you getting this at all? See, your virginity is a trophy. Are you getting this? Your virginity is a trophy, and the greater your sex drive, the more valuable the trophy. And your job, this is your mission if you should receive it, that you would take your trophy, you would take your virginity from the battlefield all the way to the honeymoon suite without dropping it. So when you give it to your lover, you got something that cost you something. Are you with me? In Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, God said, let us make man our own image. And then he blessed them and he said, be fruitful and multiply. And then at the last verse of that chapter says, God saw all that he made, and behold, it was very good. Everybody say, very good. How many know when God said, be fruitful and multiply, that he gave you a sex drive? What do you think he gave you if he didn't give you a sex drive when he said, be fruitful and multiply? How many know that God gave, let's try this. How many of you believe that God is the one who gave you a sex drive? How many of you do not believe that? See, and when God gave you a sex drive, I was teaching this in church on Sunday morning, about maybe it was a year ago, and I read those verses to him, and I said, God said, be fruitful and multiply. I said, did God give you a sex drive? And everyone kind of, I think so. I said, and then God said, it's very good. So I had all the adults turn to one another and say this, sex is very good. It went about worse than that. It was kind of quiet in there. Bill was gone, so it was okay. So See, God's the one who gave you a sex drive. And he said it was very good. The question is, what does it mean to have a sex drive? Well, I think I know. I think it means you want to have sex with somebody. I think having a sex drive means I want to have sex with somebody. And I think the goal, I know, this is a Christian event. I understand that. See, the problem is in Christendom, when you hit puberty, you're supposed to pretend that isn't happening. And you come to Jesus culture and it's like everyone's like, Jamie, we love you! And you're sitting there and you're like, I'm the only one that has a sex demon. There's something wrong with me. No one else is having this struggle. I'm the only one who has a sex demon. I want to have sex with somebody. There's something broken inside of me. And I need to get delivered from this sex demon. No. See, what it means to have a sex drive, what it means is that you want to have sex with somebody. That's what it means. Now, the goal... See, it really ticks me off because I was a youth pastor for years, and I pastored probation kids for 5 more years. So for 14 years, I pastored kids. And they come to church, and preachers preach to them about sex, and they make them feel like you are weird because you are supposed to be a Christian, and you want to have sex with somebody. What's wrong with you? Stupid kid? And you get baptized over and over. You come out of the tank with a sex drive, and you're like, you read your Bible like, I just need to fast. You fast, and because you don't have food and sex drive, all you can think about. So I need to be delivered from the sex drive. Listen. Contrary to popular opinion, you're not supposed to be delivered from your sex drive. The goal is not to get rid of your sex drive. The goal is to learn to manage your appetite. That's the goal. And for a bunch of you, I just need to say this. You're not broken. It's actually why we're all here. Well, some of you are probably test tube children, but most of us... Then you get homeschooled and then you absolutely should not have a sex drive. Because we isolated you in this little, put you over here until you're old enough to have a sex drive. Don't put anybody around you that is attractive. You go up in the monastery. It's just so stupid. I hate it. Why don't we just tell the people the truth? I get so tired of it. The goal is to manage your appetite. The goal is to manage your appetite. You have the sex drive, you're not going to get rid of it unless there's a way to get rid of it, but it involves cutting. And it's not circumcision. It's a more serious operation than that. It's not reversible. So if you have that operation and you get married, you're going to have a very unhappy spouse. In 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 9, are you guys bored? Are you all right? Okay. In 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 9, it says this. Paul says, I wish that you were as I am, but if you do not have self-control, let them marry, for it's better to marry than to burn with passion.